Hello guys, here's an update to the 3D printer. Excuse the noise, it's a little loud. I don't want to stop the printer to do the video, so I'll just have to talk a little louder. A few people have been asking me about the bed, how to level it, and for me it was actually a little confusing when I was just learning how to level the bed, just because there's little tricks that you need to know, and some things that I thought were constant weren't really constant until I kind of pulled my hair out, and then I found out later that the things that I thought were constant weren't constant. One thing is the glass. I thought the glass never flexes, but with tempered glass it does flex. So we'll go a little bit more into that in this review. But one thing is that these are plastic turn knobs that go up and down, and what I did is I lowered these things all the way to the bottom. Then I took a piece of tape, or you can use a permanent marker, and make a line straight out from this side and a straight out from this side, and do all four of them so you get a reference. One other thing that I didn't realize, but after a while I learned, that this bed is a little warped. The metal bed is just a little warped on mine, and I think that's kind of standard on that. And when you put the glass on, the glass kind of warps with it when you put these heavy clips on. So one thing that you want to do is get some clips that are very light, and because otherwise the tempered glass is gonna flex and kind of take the curvature of the aluminum heated bed. So I didn't like the tempered glass, so I thought I was gonna try something. I thought maybe it was my tempered glass, so I got a $15 3D specially cut glass for this off of eBay for $15, and it worked about the same. It wasn't very good. Then I just went to the hardware store and I got some window pane, and it's a little thinner, but boy, does that work good. And it doesn't flex at all. It's really strong, and they say don't use it if you're heating it up, because it can break, it can crack, especially under heat. But you know what, it works just fine for me. If you're worried about it, just use goggles and gloves, and you'll be fine. I think it's the best ever, because it doesn't warp as much as the tempered glass, and it's a little lighter, and it's basically only $2 at a hardware store. So to kind of wrap this up, I would use a window pane from a hardware store that costs $2, and I would use light clips, even something lighter than this. So if it was, you can download some things off of Thingiverse, some plastic little clips. They're just plastic and they can clip on there. That's probably what I would do, but I had these and they work pretty good. The other thing that works amazing is hairspray, and you take this off, you take the glass off the bed, because you don't want to put hairspray on it because it gets everything else dirty. So you remove it from the bed, and you put hairspray on so thick that it looks like it's clear glass. And if you see any bubbles, spray it until there's no bubbles, until it's completely looks like liquid, or there's no hairspray on at all. Let it dry overnight or for a few hours. Then you spray it again, so it's so thick that it looks like there's nothing on there, and you let it dry. Now you can use heat for it. I wouldn't recommend it. You can heat it up really slowly, but I found that it doesn't stick very well, and it sticks, but it doesn't stick as good as if you just let it air dry. And I've probably been printing on this printer with my hairspray for about 15 prints right now, and it works really good. Because one thing about hairspray, why it works so good, is it sticks to glass, and when you heat it up, it sticks really well to it. But when it cools down, you have to let it cool down for half an hour. Everything pops off. You can hear it cracking and popping, and and actually sometimes the plastic pieces just jump too. So that's one thing nice about that. And that's basically it on my build plate. What I needed to do, just go and get some 3D print, or get some glass at your local hardware store, and you should be good to go on that. Now, the one other update I want to tell you is that Prusa i3, the original Prusa i3, is coming out with a new 3D printer, and they have updates, and they have kits to upgrade your old kit. So this will be getting an upgrade, and basically it's the build plate is 35% bigger. So this is 200 this way, it's going to be 210, and this way, well, basically the y-axis, that's going to be 250. Right now it's 200, and it's going to be 250. So, and it's basically the heat distribution is a lot better. Now with this heat it's really hot in the middle, and it's cool on the outside. But right now with the new one, it's supposed to be better heat distribution. And the other thing is it's self-leveling bed, so that's going to be cool to get. I already ordered mine, so it'll be coming relatively soon. A couple other cool features, better extruder, different motors, and quite a other little features that they added onto it. I'll explain a little bit more about it later when I get it, but you can look on the original Prusa i3 website for the MK2. That's what it's called now, and it looks really cool. But that's kind of what I'm gonna do. I'll be doing a video on that. I'm deciding if I'm going to do a video on the build, but I don't have a stand for my camera, my cell phone, so I'm kind of hard to do a build video on it when I don't have a stand. So not sure exactly what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do a video at all. Maybe I'm just gonna talk about it after I get done building on that. So that's basically it for the bed level and the 3D print update. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.